boy, first scripted video, baby. Let's not waste any time and get straight to the point. Jokes aside, this bill is really, really bad. It's literally going to screw over every YouTube channel on the platform, and especially small channels and Canadian channels. This will be quite bad if it passes, so that raises the question, what is Bill C-11?
Admittedly, I don't understand politics in my own country to a deep level, and I have no clue what's going on. The only foreign situation I have a deep knowledge of is Ukraine's situation. But if my sources are correct, Bill C-11 is going to give a ton of power to the CRTC on what media Canadian people consume through platforms like YouTube, Netflix, Twitter, and other things. Going off of what is happening to YouTube, though, apparently it's going to change how recommendations work for Canadians. See, usually, YouTube is supposed to recommend content based on what we like to watch. However, with this bill, YouTube recommends more content that a system called CanCon says is, in quotes, Canadian enough to Canadian users. I assume this also applies to the other aforementioned platforms. So going off all this information alone, this bill already creates a ton of problems for creators and viewers. If your content gets a 5 or less out of 10 for whatever is deemed Canadian enough, it simply just won't get recommended to Canadians. So if this bill passes, less people are likely to see quote-unquote non-Canadian content. The reason that this screws all of us over is because now it's going to make less people see content, and as a result, it will kill off profits and in some cases even other people's channels. Like take my channel for instance. How the hell do I make a channel that revolves around Nintendo games, Roblox games, commentary, memes, and plush/toy videos, quote-unquote, Canadian enough? I guess I'll show a skit down here. Hey, Bandy, don't you just love Canada and their parliament? Yes, I love Canada. Best country ever. It's so cool and awesome, OMG.
Anyways, let's sing a song about how much we love Canada.
Great, guide yourself, Dave. How on earth can we even understand you? Okay, this is getting way too long. We should move on already.
Anyways, back on point, as I said, this whole thing really sucks. This bill is so bad that even people like It's Funny are planning on moving away from Canada so they can keep making the content they love if this passes. That's how bad this is. Not to mention how some people might just straight up quit because they'd be unable to keep up with this. Lastly, it's really hurt small channels like this one, Mark's or Dess's. It's already hard to get even slightly big on YouTube, and this makes the ordeal even more challenging. As of now, unless you follow CanCon system, even less people are going to see your stuff. And to add salt to the wound, people are even defending the Canadian government here. Anyways, back on point, as I said, this whole thing really sucks. This bill is so bad that even people like It's Funny are planning on moving away from Canada so they can keep making the content they love if this passes. That's how bad this is. Not to mention how some people might just straight up quit because they'd be unable to keep up with this. Lastly, it's really hurt small channels like this one, Mark's or Dess's. It's already hard to get even slightly big on YouTube, and this makes the ordeal even more challenging. As of now, unless you follow CanCon system, even less people are going to see your stuff. And to add salt to the wound, government here. So, to sum this video up, here's what Bill C-11 does. It will give the CRTC the ability to regulate what Canadian YouTubers see on their recommendations, and if a video doesn't pass the CanCon scoring system and therefore deemed as quote-unquote not Canadian enough, the video won't be recommended to the viewer. This screws everyone over because now users in Canada won't be able to see as many videos that they like. YouTubers, and especially Canadian YouTubers, use content creation as a career to support themselves and/or their families now lose profit significantly, and small YouTubers have an even harder time of getting big on the platform. I really hope this bill doesn't pass because it would screw over YouTube completely. How such a silly bill even exists, I have no idea. So that wraps up this video. I've been extremely lazy with making content lately, if you couldn't tell, but don't worry, things are coming. I am aware that Raise a Floppa 2 is out. I plan to do a video on all the endings, plus reviewing 1 and 2, maybe. All endings happening once accomplished, though. And since I've been dead silent on video game parodies and Super Smash Bros. But collectibles, I might as well say that Video Game Parodies' next episode is a parody of Fortnite, and Super Smash Bros. But collectibles' next episode is Red Jr. vs. Pitch, and eventually Meta Knight vs. Chuck. That's all I have to say, folks. Hopefully this garbage bill doesn't pass, because if it does, it'll ruin social media a lot, especially for Canadian users.